How are you managing your money? You need to ensure that you keep appropriate accounting records. It's a legal requirement for all organisations to keep appropriate accounting records detailing transactions to enable accurate and timely reporting of the financial position and performance. How an organisation keeps these records often depends on its size and complexity. Records could be maintained manually in a spreadsheet package such as Excel, or alternatively in an accounting system such as MYOB or Xero. However you maintain your records, you should back up your data. The board is responsible for the strategic direction of the organisation. Developing a strategic plan ensures that the organisation identifies its strategies that will best assist it in meeting its purpose. Many organisations start this process by identifying the non-profit's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats in what is commonly referred to as a SWOT analysis. Evaluating external and internal factors is important for developing a strategic plan that will contribute to the budgeting and fundraising planning for the organisation. This strategic planning links in with the annual budget process. Estimated revenue and expenses are informed by the future plans and objectives of the organisation. The board is responsible for approving the organisation's budgets and business plans and for monitoring major capital expenditures such as acquisitions and disposals. Fundraising is a key way that not-for-profit organisations increase their revenue. The organisation should review and develop a fundraising plan based on what the organisation wants to achieve, different methods of achieving the desired results, alignment with the organisation's purpose, and ensuring that the planned benefits outweigh the costs associated with the activity. Internal reporting to the board members. As discussed earlier, the board needs to be informed about the organisation's financial performance and position. Internal reports need to be meaningful. Organisations have an ongoing obligation to report to their regulatory bodies, including the Australian Charities and Not-for-Profit Commission, referred to as the ACNC. Depending on the size of your turnover, if you're reporting through to the ACNC, will determine the size of your charity and your reporting obligations. As we talked about in the second workshop on managing risk, the board and the CEO will focus on the strategic risks of an organisation, while line managers focus more on operational risks. Ensuring that an organisation can continue to operate as a going concern is a key risk to many not-for-profit organisations. Finally, in managing your money, you should think about your banking arrangements. The board and management need to ensure that it has appropriate banking arrangements in place, and items to consider include: do you have online banking arrangements? Do payments require dual authorisation or just a single approval? Consider the extent to which your organisation uses credit cards or other forms of financing. Do you require term deposits or other investment options? The ease with which bank accounts can be linked to your organisation's accounting system. Understanding and comparing the costs associated with the present banking facilities, and considering what alternative arrangements are available. The board has responsibility for the governance of the organisation and are authorised to exercise control over its affairs. In most organisations, the board will not be able to perform all the activities assigned to it and will need to delegate certain duties to management and staff. This enables the organisation to operate effectively and efficiently whilst functioning legally. What are delegations of authority? A delegate is a person designated to act for or represent the board. When a function is delegated, the board is not absolved of the responsibility, but remains accountable for what occurs. The board may delegate its responsibilities, or some of its responsibilities, to a board subcommittee, which needs to include board members, the Chief Executive Officer, any board member or any staff member. But careful thought needs to be given to what powers and responsibilities are delegated and to whom this delegation is given. Delegation should be documented and approved by the board. One thing to consider is that some responsibilities of the board cannot be delegated, such as the recruitment of the CEO or approval of the annual financial statements. An example delegations list from our community publication titled Damn Good Advice for Treasurers is provided in this slide as a starting point for you in developing your own delegations.